Hello, Loggers fans, and welcome into another edition of Meet the Loggers. My name is Nick Riddolati from the Loggers Radio Network, and today I am joined by Loggers center fielder Boomer Collins out of Dallas Baptist. Boomer, first off, thanks very much for being on.
Thank you.
And I got to ask you this question first. You're known as Boomer. Your name on the official roster is Boomer, but the question I always get from opposing media members is that actually his name? So is Boomer your actual legal name?
No, my actual legal name is Thomas Joseph Collins III. So.
And you're named after your father?
Yes.
And where does the name Boomer come from?
Boomer was actually his nickname in college, and then when I was born in like a tornado, or I guess there was a tornado in the area, and there was a huge clash of lightning right before I was born, and the doctor was like, "Oh, it's a boomer" when he came out. So it kind of stuck with me ever since.
Born in a tornado, huh?
Yeah.
Only in Texas.
Only in Texas.
Now, Boomer, your father Thomas actually a little bit of an interesting story as well. A football guy, a head coach. What's his story?
He started off. He lived in Indiana. He went to college at Indiana University. He punted. His coach was actually Lee Corso.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool. Get some stories from there, and then moved to Texas after that, and coached for 20-some years, and then got into administration. Now he's a superintendent of schools.
So you grew up the son of a high school football coach. Football was in your blood. You even had some options coming out of high school to play football. Talk about those.
Football was just kind of something you do in Texas. Everyone does it. Having a dad that coached football, I was at the practice field every single day from the time I was 2 years old till I graduated high school. I never missed a football practice. That was my first love was football, and then as I got older, I kind of got better at baseball, and as baseball gave me a better opportunity to continue my career. And football, I had a couple offers to go play football, but I just felt in the long run baseball was where I was going to make a career.
What were some of those options?
Nebraska, Kansas, Army, Navy, Air Force, and then a couple littler schools around.
And now, did they want you to play linebacker?
No, it was more of a safety.
Okay.
So.
And you ultimately chose to go to Nebraska, and it didn't quite work out for you there with the Cornhuskers, so you decided to transfer to Dallas Baptist. How is that decision going for you?
It's been the best decision I've ever made. It's been a true blessing. The coaching staff at DBU is phenomenal. I've learned so much, not only baseball wise, but learning how to become a better man, a better Christian. Just kind of stuff other than baseball is, it's been a true blessing.
So just learning how to live life along with baseball. It's good stuff, Boomer. And as you come back this season, you actually were with the Loggers a few seasons ago. You were younger then. Mm-hmm. You still have the drive and the determination, but being an older guy on the team this season, do you feel kind of a different role as the last time you were here, more of a leader?
Yeah, I feel that I need to be here for the younger guys, just kind of help them through the grind of a long season. Because this Northwoods League season, it isn't a joke. You show up at 2 o'clock every day, you get your work in, and as the season goes on, it gets to be a grind. And you have to stay positive. You have to continue to work. And being an older guy, being through this one time before, I feel like it's my job up here to help these younger guys progress through this and to help them become better baseball players.
Now, a lot of the fans probably know when player intros go on, you're dead sprinting to center field, so they see that aspect of it, but they don't have the benefit of being able to see you work from 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock as hard as you do, arguably one of the hardest workers in the Northwoods League. How do you keep that work ethic, and where does that come from, that work ethic from within?
I just think that comes from a football mentality growing up my whole life. It's always been instilled in me, hey, work as hard as you can, play as hard as you can all the time, and good things are going to happen. And, baseball is one of those sports, the harder you try, the harder, you can sometimes get yourself in trouble, and that's where I fault sometimes is I just go. But I feel that it also helps me, too, because, I'm always going to hustle. I'm always going to compete at the best of my ability. And, I feel like sometimes I can just give you an edge, and it's just a mindset you have to instill that I'm going to do everything as hard as I can all the time.
Now I know you're a little bit more of a humble guy, so I'll pose the question this way: if I were to ask your coaching staff, what's the best attribute that you bring to the table? What do you think they would say?
Um, I think they would say, being a great teammate, being a great guy to be around. Someone that's always going to be in a positive mood, and someone that's trying to help people. I pride myself on serving other people, and that's what I really want to do is help other people get better. And I feel like that comes from a coaching aspect, being from a coaching family, and I just that's just kind of been instilled in me too. It's just like, hey, put other people in front of yourself, and you're going to be a lot happier.
Now, some of the things you just mentioned there, I can't help but think of assistant coach Joe Patoni. There was a great article about him in the Crosse Tribune recently, and manager McKay, rightfully so, gets a lot of the headlines. But if you could just talk about what Coach Joe Patoni brings to this team.
Man, Joe is an unbelievable guy. He's one of the reasons I wanted to come back again. This whole coaching staff, but Joe in particular, he's just a great baseball guy, great guy in particular, on and off the field. I feel like he's put on this earth just to serve people. He's always putting other people in front of. I think he buys drinks for all the coaches, not Coca-Colas and stuff before the game. I don't want to get that confused. But he's always there for you. He's always there wanting to talk baseball. If it's not baseball, he wants to talk about life. And I feel like he's always in that positive mood. It just makes you want to be in a positive mood too and help other people.
Absolutely. And now, you're a multi-talented person here, Boomer, because you do a little hunting. But what I actually want to hear about is your swamp people story that you were talking about yesterday about the alligators that were in your duck hunting area.
Yeah, we have one of my buddies has a huge land in East Texas, and where we usually go duck hunting. Last summer they actually shot two alligators, kind of like they do on Swamp People, out of our duck hole. So it's kind of spooky how we've been hunting there for so many years, and there's just alligators everywhere going around. Yeah.
Heads up. If there were a Major League Baseball player, Boomer, that you feel your game most resembles, not just on the field, but all the aspects you bring off the field as well, who would you say that would be?
Well, I've looked up to two major leaguers my whole life, Derek Jeter and Michael Young. I feel like the way that they show up to the park every day, they're always, they're just the captains of the team, and I feel like that's what I've really tried to be every team I've ever been on is be the leader, be the captain, be someone who guys look up to, no matter if you're doing good or doing bad. You always got to be there for other people.
What about when you were a really young kid? Was it still Jeter, or was there somebody else you looked up to?
No, those were growing up. Those were usually my two favorite. Being from Dallas, you always focused around the Rangers, so I had to have a favorite player from the Rangers. So yeah. Michael Young was that. Even when he was a younger guy, he was always the guy in Texas, even when they weren't very good. And then Jeter, you cannot like that guy.
The captain.
Yeah.
And final question here for you, Boomer, and we'll get you out of the heat. Memorable moment, maybe both at the plate and in the field for you personally this summer with the Loggers?
This summer, at the plate would have to be the walk-off home run against Eau Claire on my birthday. And then defensively, it would be to end the game. I don't remember who it was. I just remember it was the last out of the game, and it was in the gap, in the left center gap, and dove and caught it to end the game.
That home run was a big one, not only because it won the game and it was on your birthday, but you guys were in a marathon of a ball game. How great did that feel when you hit that ball? Did you know it was out the second you hit it?
Yeah, I knew it was out the second I hit it, but I was more happy than the game was over. More than I was excited for it to be a home run too, but I was just like, yes, it's finally over. We can go and get some sleep and get ready for tomorrow.
Is there a greater feeling in baseball than a walk-off home run?
If there is, I haven't found it yet. So.
All right, well, Boomer Collins, Loggers center fielder, thank you very much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.